Improvement in Food Resources, Part 1. In this presentation, we will be learning about the concepts from this chapter number 15, Improvement in Food Resources. And we will be focusing on whatever is there in the first page. What are the different resources from where we get food? We get food from plants and animals. What nutrients are supplied by food? When we consume food, we get through the food proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Here we can see the different food materials and the nutrients that they give. In the first picture, you can see carbohydrates. We can get carbohydrates from vegetables like potato, fruits like banana, and mainly the carbohydrates are present in food like rice and wheat. We can get proteins from the food like milk, meat, fish, curd, beans, gram, and eggs. We can get fats from the different cooking oils like coconut oil, sesame oil, groundnut oil, olive oil. We can also get fats from nuts. What does the fresh fruits and vegetables gives us? From fresh fruits and vegetables, we get vitamins and minerals. We know that we get food from plants as well as animals. So which are the processes involved in producing plants and animals? We obtain food from the process called agriculture and the process called animal husbandry. What is agriculture? Agriculture means production of crops. Animal husbandry means breeding livestock for food. Livestock means cattle, cow, goat, buffalo, hen, duck. They are all involved in livestock. So animal husbandry means breeding of livestock in order to get food, whereas agriculture means production of crops. Why is it necessary to increase the current agricultural and livestock production? It is necessary to increase agricultural and livestock production because we know that our population is growing. In India, the population has crossed 1 billion. So the growing population needs more food to eat. So that is why it is necessary to increase agricultural and livestock production. So what happens when the population grows at this rate? The growing population causes shortage of land as well as food. So we have to increase the production of food in the land which is already available. In order to increase the agricultural production, there was a strategy called Green Revolution. Green Revolution deals with the methods. The methods used to increase crop production, like mechanized tractors, using chemical pesticides, using chemical fertilizers, and high yield variety of seeds in order to boost agricultural production. Though Green Revolution increased agricultural production initially, it did harm the environment because they were using chemicals, chemical fertilizers, chemical pesticides that harmed the soil as well as the environment. So here we can see the green revolution pictures. They use the mechanized tractors, they use chemical pesticides, chemical fertilizers in order to increase agricultural production. However, it led to water and land pollution. There is another strategy called white revolution. White revolution was used in order to increase milk production in cattle. They use high yield variety of cattle, machines for milking, and good quality cattle food in order to increase the milk production. But the problem is, it led to the killing of local breeds which were not high yielding. Because of the harmful effects of green revolution as well as white revolution, it is the need of the hour to follow sustainable practices. What are sustainable practices? Sustainable practices are those methods used to increase agricultural production without harming the environment, like using techniques like mixed cropping, intercropping, crop rotation, and instead of using chemical fertilizers, using biofertilizers, biopesticides, and following organic farming. So, there is a need for sustainable practices in agriculture because of the reasons that green revolution, white revolution, though it increased agricultural production, it has harmed the environment.